This is Alec F1 here tonight. I haven't worked on this thing in a couple days. Everyone in the house has been sick. But yesterday I just didn't. I kind of took time off, watched the ball game, this and that. Didn't get any time to, didn't work on it yesterday. I just fell asleep tonight. I worked late on my real job, and I just didn't get to it. But anyway, as you can see, it's painted. You got the 4 squares on there. I finally just kind of manned up and did it. It didn't turn out too bad. Kind of wish I would have somewhat put another layer of paint on there, but I mean, I'm just gonna weather it. I just get a hard time deciding exactly how I'm gonna weather this with gloss coats and matte coats. I think I'm gonna start out small on some parts, on some inconspicuous places, and see how well that goes, and then branch out from there. But anyway, I forgot to tell you guys, but the way we got to this point the other night was that there's locking tabs in here. These wings aren't even glued on, but they're not coming out because there's locking tabs in here, and I was just kind of dry fitting the wings up to the fuselage just to check out how the paint jobs contrasted. The contrast between, because I did the wings at a different point that I did the fuselage, and there's a lot of the nose cowl. I actually kind of went and redid stuff on it. There's actually some, I've got some, I'm gonna chip this away because I've got silver under there. I did the prop. I think I'm gonna redo the weathering. I did a little bit of weathering on the edges, but it looks really second rate to me. I'm probably gonna respray that, redo that, come after that a different way. But anyway, one of the things I ran into is, I guess there was a separate, must have been a separate sprue for the clear parts that I threw away because I could not find the gun sight. So I actually took out some clear acrylic and did that. This is what I like to call Darth Vader's helmet here, because it looks like that once you mask it in black. That's just kind of sitting there, but it came out real clear. I love the mask. Came out really well on that. Getting ready to put the compass up in there. Anyway, I was dry fitting this because I was the other thing I was doing was I was putting the antenna mast, getting that figured out. You can see that hole right there on top of the canopy. That I drilled out with a drill. You can see this better. Anyway, I filled that back in with some sprue glue right there. Sprue goo. And one hole, and then I took some of this, it goes right there. My big problem was that the pictures I see, my reference photos, have the mast, antenna mast going down through there. So let's find the mast here of all my parts. My little parts tray here. Where'd my mast go? Got this entire blob of parts I have done. Right there it is, right over here. See it right back over in the corner. There we go. Maybe I can pop this out. So probably can't see it because of the mask that's on here. I peeled the mask here away a little bit, but the mast is actually on these as wood, and the bottom half I've seen on my reference photos, yeah, it doesn't show up real well. These LED lights play hell with them. I mean, you'd think LED lights would light it up like a Christmas tree, and you'd see the colors don't come through right. The green here, to me, is different than the green here. I think I'm going to have to do some extra weathering there, because that tone is just awful. But anyway, the bottom half of the mast is wood. You can't really see the wood effect very well because it's pretty tiny. You can see that right there. Perhaps a little smidgen of it. Not trying for perfection here. Anyway, So this antenna mast comes down through the top, and it actually right there next to the hookup. So I was spacing all this stuff out, and it drops right in through here, through this hole, and I've done this. Oh, anyway, I have to set it down. So it drops right in through here. But anyway, trust me, it goes through. And it meets up perfectly right there at the top of that antenna. But when I did that, I did a little trick with some line I got a while back from Alpha Adhesives. It's this stuff right here. The abrasive cord. I saw this stuff and I went, man, I don't know how many times when I was a young kid I would have loved to have had some of this stuff. So what I did with this, see, it's abrasive. It doesn't last very long, but it works. So I put a hole through here, one hole. As you can see, I started a little bit forward. I thought I had, as always, I thought I had really measured out the distance between where the fits right here, which would be, it actually does start, the edge of it is almost right there with that bulkhead right there, with that armor plate, whatever, that plate right there on the headrest. And I gauged it out, had this on, see where this part of the canopy installed, and so I measured how far back it would go there. I thought I had it good, but I didn't. Well, anyway, long story short, I thread this abrasive cord down through the hole there, down in through that little hole, and then I took my pin vise, my drill, screwed it into it, held it down here, held it with my other hand, and just kind of worked the canopy back and forth on it until it traveled right down from the hole, right down that canopy line right there. It did a pretty good job. Now I'm trying to clean it up a little bit. Like I said, I put some sprue glue. It was really came out. I wanted it just big enough for the antenna to go through. So I'm going to be patching that up a little more, making that look better. It actually cracked in one spot. Lifted up right where the antenna comes through. But anyway, so that's what I get to correct on there. But anyway, so that's where I've gotten with that, with this project. Oh, something else. Let me get it out. Hold on just a second. Okay, I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with really premium nippers. You've got the God Hand, you've got the Tamiya pliers. I looked at the Disc Bay nippers from I guess they're made in Europe somewhere, or whatever. Anyway, these things aren't cheap, but Will Pattison had showed the Gundam planets just as amazing, and so I checked those out. These are amazing. Now he had said online, man, I've dropped them, never blunted them, never nothing. Well, and I figured, yeah, he doesn't live in my household. These ignorant cats around here, as they like to do. Look at that. That's $35 pair of nippers. Those cost probably $40 when I got them. I came in, I guess it was Sunday night, and I can't, where the hell are my nippers? They're not up here. I had them laying right here. About up here. Well, my cats love to eat on. I love to come up and get pipettes off of here. And, I mean, I secure my stuff. Every night I have to secure my stuff because these clowns are always in my garbage around here. And where'd I find them? Down in the floor. Down right by my compressor down here. Sitting right down there on, yeah. My entire house is wood floors and tile. Those hit and broke the tip off. There's $40 right down the toilet. So no more than did I finish cussing and talking about how many ways I could make cats into chow mai fun noodles stir fry. I got online back to Gundam Planet and I ordered another one. they should be here. Oh, gosh, I don't remember. The other tragedy I had was Pattison had, don't know why, my weathering, when I put down, when I'm doing my, chipping, you get on there those nylon pins. I really enjoyed the nylon pins. I liked what I saw with him. And what I use a lot, I've used on, let me get my Nakajima, hold on. I know I need to get editing software. I didn't figure I'd be doing a lot of this, but my brother and some other guys like to see what I'm doing, so here I am. Okay, my Nakajima, I started out just doing some old kits, buying some cheap old Tamiya kits, doing weathering on them, and this one, I really like the effects I got with it, little micro scratches and stuff. Like I said, you know, I'm trying different techniques, trying to get back into the game. A lot of different things. But what I did with this was, of course, I did the whole thing in silver, and I came back. My dad died a little over a year ago, and he had a bunch of left over from the VA coming to his house. Yeah, insulin needles. So, which I use this right now. This has some juice. It's got some accelerator in it right now. So when I'm doing super glue, I just see that bead, take that little bead. Looks like wasp venom or something. Anyway, so on this I took a hypo. These hypos, since found my mom had tons of bags of these laying around, and I just used the hypo to do a lot of my chipping on here. All those little chips there were done with the hypodermic needle. Slowly, slowly, slowly. I'd wet the panel down, and then I just start kind of chipping away with it. Matter of fact, I don't even think I put any coat of anything on here. This looks like garbage up here. I got a little carried away on the nose cowl right there. But anyway, I like the way it looked. I thought it did a pretty good job all over. But when I saw the nylon pin, that really piqued my interest quite a bit. Yeah, that's more of a, I had to build this thing. I lost one of these right here. Yeah, you can tell that one back there. With this one. Yeah, it's probably this one back there. I had to scratch build that thing from a hunk of sprue. Well, you can tell, can't you? But anyway, I started out doing these. But the hypodermic needle worked really good. All these scratches here on the leading edge, I mean, it looks heavily weathered. This right here did that in with the gun bays. Should be more traveled. It looks at. You really get down on the single rivet with these little insulin needles. You can get into some small spaces, like I'd sit here and just kind of chip around on these rivets here. Click, 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 click. Boy, man, you talk about. I mean, it looks great after a while, but it takes a lot of time on that. So that's kind of. So I ordered this nylon brush pen for weathering this, because I do have, I don't know, I didn't want to do the whole thing in chrome. I thought it'd be a big waste. So I think the majority of this, I'm just going to kind of try some sponge technique with some silver medias, whether it's, I've thought about using some of those wax silvers from AK. I've got some of those buff ones. That's what they're really best for. But the nose cowl here, the cowling on the engine cowl and the nose cowl, that's all got hairspray under it, and that's going to be chipped off. But I really liked the tiny chipping I got with a single hypo needle. That nylon brush really does a hell of a nice job on that. Makes it look, I mean, it looked really phenomenal from what I saw with the results of that nylon brush. So I ordered one from Amazon. It's a Euro tool, and I thought it was shipping in a later date, but it didn't. Apparently it came in a package where I had some microphone wires and speaker cord, and somehow it got thrown out or lost, whatever. I don't know. So I ordered another one today for $10. We'll see when it comes. I'm hoping it's going to be everything I need because, I mean, I'm telling you, going over 1/32nd scale aircraft with a hypodermic needle, that's another reason why I didn't do. I'm going to do the chipping here with using chipping technique with hairspray right here, so I think works pretty good. But the rest of it, I really don't want to attempt to didn't want to attempt to spray this whole thing down. Have all this hairspray all over this thing. It'd just be kind of a mess. So I think I'm going to actually try seeing what smattering some silver on this baby does. We'll see how it works out, how it clears. But anyway, this is my progress so far. Running way far over. So, but anyway, I think that's all I can think about. But anyhow, it's turned out pretty good. And the whole thing's really fitting together. I've just got so much little things to do, like the landing gear. The weathering's going to take forever. Like I said, I can't remember 100% exactly what I'm going to be doing. I've got an idea of what I want, but how to get there, I'm kind of just using several different techniques, and I'm just going to try them out and see what happens. And that's one of the little culprits right there. Yeah. Little nipper breakers. Huh? Hey, that's why you guys are never allowed around this. So anyway, looks like it's time. She's wanting me to go. So guess that's about it. Later.